Happy Saturday! It is the weekend. It's been a gorgeous day outside, but some folks are dealing with a couple of showers, as we can see here on the radar. So, what we're seeing so far, right around DeKalb County, folks are starting to see some showers finally becoming a weaker pass throughout the area. But you can look up at Chattanooga and kind of see that there's more to those showers there, it looks like. So, a lot of these showers are trending east, and the heaviest shower that we did see is coming out of Gadsden at the moment and losing momentum, but still a decent shower. Looking up toward the Tennessee state line, right around Chattanooga, that shower looks like it's kind of gaining a little momentum. So for my Jackson, DeKalb County folks that are in that area, you could see another shower before the afternoon is all said and done, rolling into the evening. It could lose momentum though, if it's moving slow and it kind of syncs up with the sunset and our lack of daytime heating. Really depends. It does kind of look like it's moving a little slow. I think this radar is moving at about, this is about like an hour, 30 minutes at a time. So it's moving a little on the slow side. So if it starts moving in before sunset or just before it, you could see some heavier downpours by that point. Here's some rumbles of thunder. But once we start to lose daytime heating, starts to lose that fuel, so to speak, to keep that shower and storm going for most folks. You should be dry for the night, especially in Athens. Expectations right now, look at that temperature, 97. It is hot. Hot, steamy, scorching, boiling, hot. We're going to continue to see more of today's pattern heading into Sunday. High temperatures in those mid 90s, index values well over 100. Some folks could be around 107, 108, 109, but warm all the way around. So if you have some evening plans for tomorrow and you haven't gotten outside today, go sit on your patio, walk to the mailbox, stand in your driveway, stand on the front porch. Stand outside for about 10 minutes just to get the feel of what you'll expect if you've got outdoor plans for tomorrow. It's usually how I do it. If I know the forecast is going to be similar between these 2 days, that's how I do it. I'm like, do I really want to be outside doing all I have to do tomorrow with this heat? No. Typically the answer is no, but sometimes you just got to do it anyway, especially, yard work and grocery shopping and just stuff like that you have to get done. But if you had some afternoon, evening plans, maybe just to go out to the park or just being outdoors with friends and family, it's a little on the hot side. So just keep that in mind. Hydrate as needed and keep the colors and fabrics of clothing, keep those light. Also, expectations for high heat does not leave us for the next 2 to 3 days. I'll show you that in our 10-day forecast in a moment, but you'll see a little cloud cover throughout a lot of our communities. Over to Hope Max is okay. I was about to get real nervous real fast. Last time Max gave out on me, I had to do a whole lot of switching around, and it was right before TVL. Yeah, so I had a show which I still have a show directly after this, but scary stuff. Anywho, looking at our current temperatures, for the moment, we're hot. Again, that's the name of the next couple of days. That's what we're going to continue to see. Some folks sitting comfortably. Moulton's at 91. Now, I understand Scottsboro being at 90 in Winchester because you can see the green in there. Those folks are dealing with a couple of passing showers, but Haleyville is a little cooler than I expected, and Moulton as well. I wonder why that is. Maybe those radars are running a little cool today because everyone else around it, even Russellville, is kind of probably will look into what that temperature change is, unless y'all are getting some decent cloud cover, but doubt it. Interesting. But everyone else still in those upper end 90s. We're seeing 94s all the way up to, good gracious, Athens. I think that's incorrect also. 99? I think this may be running a little warm. I feel like some of these may be a tad off, but nonetheless, hot all around. We're from 90 all the way. Fort Payne's at 78. Rain is really taking y'all down through there with those temperatures, but still warm. more of the same. It's orange regardless. It's the color of the radar passage there. But we're expecting those heat index values to be around 104. Some communities saw 106, 107. I think it got warmer earlier this morning, like around noon. I want to say there was some decent heat today. I'll have to go back and double check this graphic. I think some folks did get to about 105, 106, and 107. Tomorrow's going to be a hotter day, though. So the expectation is that we'll see another passing shower or two. That'll keep some of our communities in those upper 80s heading into the night. But I want to see, looks like this, I think this radar has just recently updated and removed all those rain chances that I was looking at. So, interesting. We'll have to reconvene on that because it does look like I mentioned, it all depends on the timeline of the storms that are right outside Winchester over to the Chattanooga area. Really depends on the daytime heating, how fast it moves. Those two things combined will kind of determine the fuel for that shower and, well, storm really, to move into our communities and become, kind of gain that momentum and keep pushing. Some folks may see drops of rain here and there, hear some rumbles of thunder, but I don't expect it to make its way through the whole eastern half of our communities. So that is just the expectation. But oppressive, that is the word of the day. See, and yesterday it tried to tell me that it was sticky. And I was like, no friend, it's oppressive outside. Very oppressive, I feel. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, it's been, there's no other way to say it. It's just hot and uncomfortable outside. All I did was walk into one store, walk back out to the car. Not even a 5-minute walk. And I was like, not feeling it. I felt like little beads of sweat on my forehead. I was like, not feeling this at all, actually. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday says sticky. I give it oppressive. Me and this muggy meter go back and forth because sometimes it's on it. It's on point. And then other times it's like, I feel like it's going to be oppressive outside. Because if we're dealing with oppressive today, I wouldn't be surprised if we deal with oppressive tomorrow and the next day and the next day till Wednesday when we start to get rain chances, and that kind of walks it back to, well, it'd still be sticky because it's still warm Wednesday, but I would say oppressive still for Wednesday, possibly, but on the lower spectrum of oppressive, and then we get back to those sticky conditions because rain does move its way back to the forecast come Thursday and Friday. Well, Wednesday too. So let's see. Dew points right now. Decent rain chances cause Scottsboro's dew point to be in the upper 60s. But most of us, it is air you can wear. That is uncomfortable, you know. Some folks are probably outside right now, like baking. So it's going to be hot all around. And taking it out to the Atlantic, we've been saying this across the First Alert Weather Team. Aaron has been called several things. Monster. This is, I think Eric said a beast this morning. I agree. It's a little scary. It had just become a Category 1, and within roughly 24 hours, if even, actually. I may be a little off on the timeline, but all that to say, within the same day, it became a Category 5. That's rapid succession. So, now some of our models here, if you look at that blue, I can't tell which one that is. Oh, CLPS. That one looks like it may make landfall. However, a lot of these models, you can see the ones that are most consistent. You always want to look at the ones that are all kind of meshed together, because you see that one outlier that makes landfall. We always have one, you know, that kind of is the straggler of all the models, and that one typically kind of over adjusts the spectrum. But it's also good to keep it in mind because this is one of those situations where you have the cone basis for hurricanes. And basically, what that does kind of shows you the possible areas and direction. It shows you kind of like if it decides to jet east or west, you kind of see that that cone kind of show you where it's going to go. But some of the models kind of bank on it going the furthest out of the cone and clipping what looks like, North Carolina. And of course, we still have a ways away till we can determine, I would say another day. We could check this update around 8. Or no, there should be one at 5 and then one at 8, I believe. But these next model runs will possibly tell us a different story, just depending on how fast it's moving. And of course, with this being a Category 5, that's got some power on it. So, as far as us here, on the southeast toward the Gulf, nothing for us to really expect with Aaron. It's too far out for us to get any residual issues from it. So tomorrow, more of the same. 95, partly cloudy. Could see a stray shower or two, and they're also going to stay rather east, so my eastern communities get ready for that. But expectations are dry for the next couple of days. We won't see rain chances pop back in widespread for the most part on Wednesday. By Wednesday, I think we're missing the chance for Wednesday, but 30%. It picks up Thursday and Friday, and as you can see from Thursday to Friday, the amount of rainfall and rain-cooled air hangs around the valley that gets us into those mid-80s. We'll stick around the mid and upper 80s heading into the weekend, but rain chances will continue into Saturday. So if you have plans for next Saturday, keep it in mind. I know next Friday is the first week of high school football, if I'm correct. Maybe. Carl's not here for me to ask, but I may be correct on that. But keep that in mind as you make plans for your afternoon. If you're headed to the games, if the games are next week, keep that in mind. You might want to keep an umbrella and stand by. And then moving into Saturday, more of the same. Less of the rain chance. We'll get back into 30%, but even still, it'll be a little cooler than what we're seeing at the moment. And we'll kind of hang around those mid-80s for the next few days afterward. There's a front making its way through, and it really depends on how much of that front passes through the state. So it looks as though, I believe the last that I checked was yesterday evening, so I'll check again today. But it looked as though that front was trying to move further east, and it looked like we were going to be just on the weak end of it. So we weren't going to get enough of that major force, if that checks out and makes sense for you. So, of course, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Of course, if you also have questions or anything that you're concerned about for next week, my inbox is open. Let me know. Give me some comments. I believe this will also be reposted on my Facebook, so you can also comment on there as well. If there's any pressing questions you have, you can also tune in at 5, which is in about 15 or so minutes, and 6 and 10 will be around all night long. So keep us posted. If you have any questions, always let me know. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on the other side of the screen in just a few minutes. And then if you aren't tuning in tonight, I'll be here tomorrow. So, same time tomorrow. See ya.